Hello Frontier Doubles League, I am Rhinoboy and this is the Frontier Flashback. This week on the show, I'll be taking you through all the semi-final playoff games from last weekend and which teams will be playing for championship glory. Just like last week, let's start with the Origin League. The first game of this weekend was played between the Monkeys and the Coyotes, who both put on one hell of a game on Thursday evening. There could only be one winner though, and the Coyotes beat out their Terra Conference compatriots with a score of 4-2. The Coyotes came in as underdogs in this one, pun intended, but Toucan once again stepped up for his team and dropped 662 average score per game to secure a spot in the playoff final. Who they would play though would be decided in the second semi-final from the Origin League between the Eagles and the Vipers. This one almost went the distance, but another 4-2 scoreline saw the Vipers win out on Sunday against their opponent. Merc for Hire had a brilliant conversion rate of 52.94, taking 17 shots and scoring 9 goals. Rico was the star of this team though, with a total series score of 3,712. This means that the Vipers will play against the Coyotes this weekend in the Origin League Championship game. On to Expert now, and the first game to discuss is the Dragons versus the Owls, which took place this past Sunday. The Owls put in a great performance in the wildcard round a week ago, but this game belonged to the Dragons, who continued their impressive season by beating their Flight Conference rivals 4-2. The Dragons are undefeated this season against the Owls, winning all 3 of their games against each other, but this one was definitely the most important victory and has banked them a place in the playoff final. The second Expert game was also played on Sunday, and was the 6-4 Unicorns taking on the 9-1 Rams. This game was hotly contested, and both teams looked like they could have come out on top, but in the end, the Rams' impressive season continued as they took the series 4-2. Kirias and Michael both played some great Rocket League, and in the end they were able to take more of their chances to secure that second spot this weekend. All this means that the final of the Expert League playoffs will be between the two teams with the best regular season records at this level, when the Dragons square off against the Rams. For the first time this playoff season, let's head over to Star League and first talk about the game between the Vipers and the Gators. There are a few too many leaves and dirt on the ground in the Star League, but the Gators were kind enough to help us by getting the brooms out in this one as they swept the Vipers 4-0. The Gators might struggle in the final though as we debut a new segment on this show. Let's head to Goal Secure. That's right, this is Goal Secure, a new segment where we take what some people may call a goal steal and explain why the teammate was right to make the play and take the goal. As you can see here, the Vipers are on the attack and it's actually Muffin here that wins the ball in the midfield to get it back to Stoobs, who passes the ball to Moyman. Notice that he doesn't actually go for the shot, that is a pass to a teammate, and Moyfin is there to score the goal and to get the Gators 4-0 up in this game. Very important to note there, that was a pass, not a shot, and that was Goal Secure. Safe to say the Gators are looking good going into this championship weekend. But who will be joining them? Well, to find that out we need to go to the second game of the Star League semi-finals between the Monkeys and the Eagles. This was not the only semi-final of the weekend between these two teams, but if you're a Monkeys fan you'll probably be wishing that there weren't any, as the Eagles easily swept aside the Monkeys 4-0, continuing to help with our dirty floors. Not only that, the Eagles also decided to treat viewers with a trip to Brazil, winning the final game of the series 7-1. The Star League Championship game is shaping up to be very tasty indeed, with the Eagles versus the Gators this weekend. Finally, let's head over to the Elite League, where we can talk about the 9-1 Huskies taking on the 6-4 Owls on Saturday night. Ricky and Yeezy both played incredibly well for the Owls, making this series closer than maybe a few expected, but the Huskies proved to be too powerful and won out the series 4-2 over their opponent. Tater and Evil both put on impressive performances and showed great mental strength to win this one out over a very game Owls squad. The Huskies advance onto the championship weekend, but waiting for them is one of the most formidable teams in the FDL this season. The sweeping of the Monkeys Part 2 Electric Boogaloo came with another beating at the hands of the Eagles. this time in the Elite League. Chris and Drew simply couldn't overcome the only undefeated squad in the entire FDL this season, as the Eagles showed why they have been picked by so many as the championship favourites this season. Sky and CBK were simply on another level on this one, and while the Monkeys definitely did make it close in many games, the power of the Eagles proves too strong. The Elite Final is shaping up to be an absolute barn burner, with the best team in Terra taking on the best team in Flight when the Huskies face the Eagles this weekend. And that's our show! Thank you so much for watching the Frontier Flashback. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please leave a like on this video if you did, and be sure to comment who your favourites are to win it all this season. Enjoy Championship Weekend, and we'll be back next week to wrap it all up, right here on the Frontier Flashback.